What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do a quick economic breakdown of heating your house with GPU mining, otherwise known as crypto mining, during the winter, and how financially it's almost a no-brainer, especially if you already own a gaming PC. Stay tuned. Let's talk requirements. You want to be good with computers, preferably you to have built a computer in the past. That's going to be a big help. Financially, if you already own a gaming PC, right here I've got a 3080, that's going to be the biggest benefit. And if you already own a gaming PC, you can get into this for less than $1,000 and maybe not completely offset all your heating, but you'll be able to make a big dent in it while you're making profit from the crypto. In 2019, 2020, when Ethereum was on its big run, and crypto mining was big back then, I didn't turn on the heat in my entire house for the entire winter. It was powered completely by graphics cards, and it was very profitable in the tens of thousands of dollars range. So let's get into this. I'm gonna hop onto the computer and break down some numbers, probably go into a spreadsheet and show you that for less than $1,000 you can get into this hobby, and especially during the winter, it's almost a no-brainer. All right, let's get into this. So this is all going to be assuming that you own a gaming PC that so you can reuse the motherboard, reuse the CPU. You can power one card with the power supply, those things, RAM sticks, all of that. So if you already have a PC and you want to basically get a 3-card mining rig going, a 4-card mining rig going, let's calculate some costs and see what that's going to break down to. So first thing, obviously GPUs. Let's look at profits real quick. Best site to look up GPU profits is going to be hashrate.no, and I'll just tell you in advance, probably the best cards for a mining rig at this point in time is going to be a 3060 Ti. So it's on the front page. It's one of the most used GPUs for a reason. Let's go into there and see what we're looking at. So one 3060 Ti, you got your kilowatt hour over here. This is important. I pay 11 cents a kilowatt hour. Make sure you set that. And then you can see coins that you can mine with a 3060 Ti, and you can see your profit and your revenue per day. So 3060 Ti is giving about $1 a day if you mine Conflux right now. $1.41 revenue, 171 watts. So basically you're using 45 cents of electricity every day, but you're still getting $1.41 in coins, so you're profiting 96 cents. So this site, super helpful. 3060 Ti is going to be the most cost-effective GPU to get going, starting just a small mining rig for hobby and to heat your house. So if we go to eBay, because you don't want to buy these cards new, it's going to be hard to turn a profit. You want to buy them used. We'll go 3060 Ti on eBay, buy it now, condition, used. Come on. And then I always sort by price lowest first. This guy, 0 views, don't buy cards like that. 229, 230, 250. Now there's eBay fees on that. Let's say it's ends up being 250 just for a round number. There's a lot of them on here. You start getting closer to the 265 range. So for calculation's sake, let's do 3 3060 Ti's. All right, 3060 Ti. 1, 2, 3, we'll say 265 each. get our total cost right here. All right, 3 cards. We're already at $800. Sounds like it's starting to get kind of expensive. Well, not really, because that's basically all you're gonna need. There's a couple more items. You'll need a pack of risers. Basically, these allow you to not have to plug every card directly into your motherboard. You plug them into your riser, and then you plug this USB card right here into the motherboard. So pack of risers, 22 bucks on Amazon. And then you need, let's see, a server PSU. You could also use a standard gaming PSU, but that's not going to be the most cost efficient way. They don't really have these on Amazon, so you're going to want to go to eBay for these. I recommend this one right here. Basically, this is going to be a 750 watt platinum PSU with 8 cables. Cables are important because you need 1 cable for each riser and then 1 cable for each card. Some cards you need more than that. So 3 cards, we're going to need at a minimum 6 cables. This power supply comes with 8. So $40 for the server PSU, free shipping. So be $40, and then you don't have to use a SSD. You could use a thumb drive, but SSD works better. I'm not going to go into detail on how to basically set up the miner in this video. This is just on the economics of it, but let's say $20 for 120 gigabyte SSD. And then like to get one of these cables as well. Basically, this is going to allow you to just plug your SSD into a USB port instead of having to mess with SATA cables and all that. So that's another $10. Just going to add that to this cost. So those items, we're looking at $887 for a mining rig, and that's not including the GPU that you may already have in your computer. But for simplicity's sake, let's say this is our mining rig. That's all you're going to need to get going, assuming you already have a motherboard and CPU. So let's see what kind of profits we're going to make today versus worst case versus best case. We'll go over all of them. So if we go back to hashrate.no, you can go to this GPU calculator up here, and we're going to have 3 3060 Ti's. Put in your power option, calculate. Currently profiting $3.70 a day profit. So let's put that over here. Profit per day, 3.71. Profit per week, profit per year. All right, so you can see that with current profits, and keep in mind these profitability numbers, they go up and down. To be honest, this is higher than it's been the last few days, but not by much. So maybe we change this to 350 just to get a little bit more of a realistic expectation. So either way, by the first year, you're going to be profiting basically $400. Now, how is that in terms of basically APR? If you were to put your $887 in a savings account at 5%, what's that going to be versus what APR would this be? That's how I like to think about it. So this spreadsheet's going to turn a little crazy, but so let's say this is I'm trying to think of the best way to word this. Basically, opportunity cost of just putting it in a savings account, that $887 times, I think interest rates are about 4.5%. So you put $887 in a bank account, you're going to make $39 for a total of now you now have $926. Let's calculate mining. So mining, let's see, I need a name for this column. That was basically profit. So for mining, you're going to spend your $887, but we just calculated that you're going to get $1,277 back. So your total is going to be $1,277.5. So you can already see that this is a better option. You're making $300 extra than you would just putting it into a bank. Now let's also think of it like this. What APR are we getting mining with that $887? So if we do, which this should probably go here, 4.5% on this guy, and then this is going to be basically this number divided by this number, basically making 144%. APR instead of 4.5. That's pretty damn good. But what if I told you it gets even better than that? Because the main thing that people forget about when they're getting into GPU mining is that it's actually relatively risk-free. So you just bought three 3060 Ti's for $250. If you're not up to the historical prices of GPUs, I used to buy these for $800 back in the last bull run. So right now is bottom dollar a good time to get in. So after a year, you've made your $1,277, but guess what? You still have 3 GPUs left. So let's say that those GPUs are only worth $180 now. So worst case 3060 Ti prices in 1 year. Let's say they drop all the way down to $150. I really doubt they're going to go that low, but hey, you never know. Best case GPU price, let's say we're on the cusp of the next bull run, which I'm not going to say we are, but it's looking like it could be. Let's say mining becomes popular again because it is profitable again. Historically, that would tell us that GPU prices are at their bottom right now and that they could actually go up a fair amount. So let's just say best case, a year from now, those 3060 Ti's are worth $400 a pop. That's probably a slim chance, but hey, it's always possible. So this total is not correct because we still have worst case $450 worth of GPUs, best case $1,200 worth of GPUs. So we're gonna have anywhere from rough number $1,700 to $2,500 total dollars that we could basically have from our initial investment of 887. So you can see, and maybe I'm not doing a great job of explaining this, but the fact that you can always sell your GPUs back means that anything that you get from the day you buy them to the day you sell them is all profit, and there's also the opportunity of selling them back for more than you bought them for. So that was pretty long-winded. I hope I got kind of the main points across. All right, I forgot one thing. What if I told you that it gets better than this number here? So right now it's winter time. You're paying natural gas to heat your house. I mentioned before that the last crypto mining boom, I didn't even turn my heat on one time. The cards heated the whole house for the entire winter. Maybe turned it on one morning when it was extremely cold. So we're not basically calculating any benefits of that. So let's say you pay $100 a month to heat your house. Winter, let's say, is 4 to 5 months long. You're basically saving, which, I mean, you're still paying power for the GPUs, but they're profiting. But you're still saving $400 to $500 on natural gas that you would not have burned to keep your house warm. So we're going to put this grand total with heating your house, $2,100 to $3,000 for a final APR of $338 in 1 year, and it's relatively risk-free. So you can see once you break down some of these numbers, it's quite the no-brainer if you're good with computers. Well, I hope that video provided some context and some background info if you were debating on getting into crypto mining or not. It's really not that much work once you get it set up and running. It kind of just does its own thing. So I would highly recommend it if you're looking for a hobby, and especially during the winter, it's fun to get into. And hey, who doesn't like making money while they heat their house? So if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll read them all and I'll respond to any of them that I can answer. And I'll have a parts list of some of the stuff I listed earlier down in the description. That's the most budget parts that you can get to get a working rig up and running. So I'll see you guys next time, and happy mining.